my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Mexico City Diablos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Stay with your man. Check, 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 check.
Dalton here from the gun. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Dalton. Airing this one out for Evans. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Flushed out right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in position to score points. An absolute dream return.
And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The point after is good, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secure. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
218, chop.
On 2nd down and 4. Locke eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver.
And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season as the Ravens push further out in front. Extra point up and through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league. And big
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman with a sack. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is?
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming.
93, 52, 93, 44.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Michael Brockers showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Play action. Now it's Locke. You never want to give up a sack from the O-line's perspective. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
2 by 2. Move. Hey, orbit.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Airing this one out for Evans. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Andy Dalton now already at 150 yards passing, and we're still in the 1st. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mason Foster gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. To try again after the sack. Dalton, the ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Hey, exit. check 59. Mike is 59. Let's go.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but it's going to be second down. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On second down, it's Gordon. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Flush to his right. Open man is Gordon, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Yeah, watch it. Here you go, can. Buzz.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. On play action, Lock. And that is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey.
Here we go on 4th down with Locke. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. Locke now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
Lock off a play action. And now finally he'll be forced to go down, just protecting the football, hitting the turf. It's a sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And Dalton to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Evans. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
54, right 54. Hey, pick your game up. Yeah, fight this. Right there.
Dalton, 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman able to record his 5th sack of the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
You draw quarters. Hey, Alpha.
Dalton. And he's going to go down again. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Taken from just outside the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Buying time to his left. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's locked. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season. They do go for it. It's locked. He sets to fire deep. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Got to do better.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw.
You ain't going nowhere.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
I got you.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Fourth down. Dalton wants to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Or it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. To throw on third down. Lock. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. This is Gordon. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. They fake the handoff. Now Lock. Flushed out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. He gets away from one. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. They're at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Third and long. What will Dalton dial up? And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. A toss play, Gordon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On third down, Locke going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton, complete to Hilton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Andy Dalton now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And the catch made by Hilton. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. From the 24, Dalton. And his throw is incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine cornerback, there to make the play defensively. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Andy Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack, and that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Hey, 50. 50's a mic. 50's a mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Running left, it's Gordon on the toss. Room here to run. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 47 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Around the NFL, third quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. Now a play fake here on first down. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. So Dalton now. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. They go play action here on first down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try on fourth. Here's Dalton. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Mike Evans, his 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. This time, the extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Steps away to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. From the gun, it's locked toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mason Foster able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
Go, go. Mike's 50. It's our field.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And it's caught. Touchdown. Zach Ertz. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
368.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. He'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got her up. There goes Melvin Gordon. The 30. 10. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
Can you, when you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Big spot. Andy Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely look for. How about that?
That was great, and what our camera missed was a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Mason Foster, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up first and 10 at the 45. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he loses the football a second time. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's going the other way.
All I know, partner, is that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And now the Ravens calling the offense onto the field here as they're going to go for 2. Throwing now is Locke, and this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upset. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going, and then they capitalize with a little bit on top.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is.
This is caught at the 20. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And it's caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. One receiver to the left is Evans. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Here's Dalton. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. It was Mika Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. This will be Dalton again. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for 1 here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you wonder why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. It's do or die for Dalton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Well, at least at the very end, there's something to take away. They lost the game, but got in the end zone, got a 2-point conversion as well. I don't know, though. In the end, you still lost the football game.
You still lost the game, but maybe they were just capitalizing on the flurry at the end, right? You scored the touchdown, keep the momentum going, go for 2. Maybe they're working on something for down the road. As you said, it doesn't matter. You lose the game, but you finish with a touchdown and a successful 2-point conversion.
Some sort of a building block.
Yeah, something.
Fall to 5-9, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.